No, that's wrong. Dixie Diamonds 172. Metz, Isabella Falls, Dixie, 9:48 p.m. Pilatray watched as Joey's psyche returned to her, shook her head, and laughed aloud. She chortled before adding, "That was entertaining, but I am glad Cheeky and Jerald did not witness Agent Alley's deception, as they would no doubt have found it cruel." Turning to Pilatray, she asked, "Let's walk, shall we? It's pleasant in the sun, but it's too cool for sitting." "Of course," Pilatray replied, forehead furrowed in curiosity. "What did Alley do that is so entertaining?" "I, too, would like your perspective on what you experienced," Balloony telepathed to Joey. Nodding her head as she and Pilatray stood, she took Pilatray's arm, then continued heading northward up the asphalt path and said, "Balloony established an observation-only link with Brency, where we see, feel, hear, etc. The timing for this was magical, if you will excuse the expression," she said with a wink and a chuckle. "As Brency's eyes were closed, we arrived at darkness, but Agent Alley made a declaration that opened them forthwith," she said, laughing again. "He said they were approaching their rendezvous ship where he would land and Brency would be jailed in the ship's brig. Alley headed for a large ship that he said was an aircraft carrier that would take Brency to a military tribunal rather than the governor's mansion. And Brency began demanding that he be taken to Brisbane and escorted to the mansion, while Alley replied that Brency should have thought of this before flying a warship in Australian airspace. I felt Brency grinding his teeth in and exhaling to calm himself as he tightened his seatbelt in preparation of the upcoming landing. Alley accelerated towards the ship, but as he approached, he swept out to sea and said to Brency that he had made a mistake, that the ship was an oil tanker, not an aircraft carrier, which of course made Brency infuriated to the point of threatening Alley. Brency called him a disgusting pig and said he would pay for his joke. Alley was so entertained by Brency's reaction that he laughed out loud. He said that while Brency was not headed to a military tribunal, that his job was to see that Brency faced justice, and that Ambassador Hawkins would not thwart him. He also said he looked forward to facing whatever Brency might throw his way. "Oh," she said, shaking her head quickly back and forth and stopping in her tracks, "I have a question for both of you." Nodding forward, she and Pilatray continued walking as she said, "Alley said he had to head out to sea in order to stay out of the airspace surrounding Townsville Airport, and Brency seemed surprised by this. Do either of you know for certain if Brency has a pilot's license? Is it possible that Jane Ross always flies a Brency copter, never Brency? I know I am reaching, but he seemed completely perplexed concerning airspace, and I do not know if this was because he does not know the rules of aviation, or merely because Alley had made a fool of him, so he was not thinking straight. We should see if he has a license, and if not, how we can bring this to the attention of the ASIO." "That is a fascinating question," Pilatray said. "Balloony, you can let Karen Block and our Australian friends know of this." "I can and shall," he replied. "I'm glad you accompanied me, Joey. I don't know if I would have caught that possibility. If he has no pilot's license, that adds to his infractions and should help with whatever consequences he may face. Excellent observation." Reaching the northernmost point of their hike and turning westward, Joey said to Pilatray, "Z said Z would alert this Australian friends," as the sun shone down from above.